All right, so we're gonna do a cable press today. This is Jake, by the way, Choppychimp.
What's up, y'all? Choppychimp.
Chimp, oh my bad.
Monkey, I ain't a chocolate chip, bro. All right, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, keep that in there.
Okay.
Go ahead and show us how we do this exercise.
All right, for sure. So, first things first, you're gonna think it's a fly because we're on a cable, but we wanna load up more like a press. So first thing that I'm gonna do is when I lock in on here, I'm gonna sit down in. I try to keep my elbows tucked in, my hands in front of me. When we do a cable fly, we let our hands come out, right? When we do this, we're gonna get a deeper stretch through our delts. If we keep our hands in, we're gonna keep more of that stretch into the pec. So when I get in position here, I like to lean forward a little bit just so that I can put a little bit more emphasis into stretching through my chest. When I press, I'm gonna keep my thumbs pointed out and I wanna try to emphasize the squeeze on my upper chest. So I'm not gonna press straight out. I'm gonna make almost a hook motion and a J. We're gonna push forward and then come up to squeeze the top of the chest. Back and stretch. It's like a hooking motion.
Upper chest?
The upper chest.
Is there an upper chest?
So, man, I'm not one of those wizard dudes. It's like if you hit this, you're gonna hit just your upper chest. You can't just hit your upper chest. But what we can do is put emphasis on one piece of our pec. There are different fibers. There is 3 different muscles in your chest. They're all working, but if we can emphasize the stretch one way, emphasize the squeeze one way, we will put target in one area.
Perfect. I'm glad you little dorks on the internet that be talking in the chat room. They want you to explain it in a way that no one will understand but them.
And it's always the guys with small pecs and the dudes with small backs that are telling you, that's not optimal, bro.
Literally, I'd be like, hey, send me your picture, let's see what you look like.
Yeah.
They send it to me and it looks like they've never worked out a day in their life. Like, that's great. You know the science behind it. That's awesome. But guess what? We're trying to talk to everybody and explain this to everybody. So when we say upper chest, inner chest, there's a reason why we say it that way.
Yeah. People gotta understand that all bodybuilding, all lifting is science-based. When you go through a process to find out what's gonna happen, that's science. You're coming up with a hypothesis, if I do this, I'm gonna grow, right? And then you do it, and if you grow, then that means you were right. That's science. So everything we do is backed by science. It's just we don't break it down in a way where it's hard for people to understand.
Exactly.
So a lot of these new guys, when they come into it, they are like, I need to know everything about it. They wanna be an expert because they got Wikipedia in front of them. But then they put so much thought into trying to program, and I need to put an attachment on this machine. Like, bro, just use the machine how it was made. Like, it was made to make your back bigger. So why are you making it harder to stay smaller? Like,
it's wild. But I really like this because instead of a fly, you can't really load a fly. It's hard to load a fly. Here, we're able to actually load a lot of weight doing this exercise.
And with this one, I feel like I can get a lot of stretch through my pecs like a fly with just a lower risk of injury. When I come out here, I get a lot of stretch through my pec, but I feel a lot of pull in my front delt. You can see my scar right here. Like, I broke my collarbone. I got a lot of scar tissue in the shoulder. Yeah. So I tend to have shoulder issues if I put too much tension into my front delt.
And me, myself, I have a shoulder issue, right? So if I can't even come out here, I got to protect myself and come in deeper, which is great.
See, so when we keep those elbows tucked in, we can really keep our shoulder in a tighter position where it's going to be in a safer spot. It's less susceptible to opening up for injury.
All right, so I want to see one more time, shirt off this time though, so they can really see what's going on with everything, right? I think that's a big part of it. I think a lot of people like to see how you're looking. And you haven't always been a bigger guy, right? You weighed, I remember back in the day when we first met, he told me, I want to bodybuild, and I kind of looked at him like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll see about that. Like, you know, he's put on a lot of size. He definitely knows what he's talking about. You look great. So I'll go ahead and do the set, and let's see it.
So like I said, I like to lean forward. I keep my chest up. So you're gonna notice my rib cage expand and me pull my abs up. This is keeping me in a position where I can keep my shoulders back and push through my shoulders to just squeeze my pecs and keep the tension off my front delt.
And I think that's a really important emphasis of what he said is he wants to keep.
You can see all that stretch through the upper chest.
Yes,
you can see the lines.
We don't want to be using our front delts, guys. Good. Right there in that upper chest. Another thing they were talking about is, oh, don't touch him. Don't touch his upper chest. Guys.
That's mind-muscle connection.
That's mind-muscle connection.
You're
when
stimulating
I'm touching
my nerves.
Exactly. So this is really important, guys. If you were with a workout partner, you do want him touching you.
Yeah, tap the other side.
Right here, right at the top. Good. Notice how great his stretches here. He's getting a good stretch because he's leaning forward, right, guys? And then he's pressing, he's contracting everything. You see his front delts aren't really working here. He's really getting a nice stretch and a great squeeze. That eccentric is so important, guys. Making sure we get that nice stretch there. Yeah, you can just see everything working in his chest. It's a great exercise. That was perfect. Good form. And you can really see you got a great development in your chest, especially your upper chest.
This is one of my staples. A lot of people constantly ask me about upper chest. And like this has been one of my staples for the last like year. Cable flies, thumbs out, really focus on scooping when you're doing it. That scoop is the most important part. You really gotta make sure you push up and squeeze into your upper pec.
Perfect. Love it. That was good.